monumental success of Casino Royale left fans and critics alike in no doubt that Daniel Craig was the perfect successor to the role of secret agent 007. It's also set expectation levels for Bond's 22nd outing in Quantum of Solace at an all-time high, a responsibility the producers have entrusted to Swiss-German director Marc Forster.
The character Daniel created in Casino Royale was very different than to before. It brought the Bond back to reality and back to humanity. We can connect to Bond again.
In Casino Royale, he met Jesper, who stopped him in his tracks. And with her betrayal, he totally shuts down emotionally.
The Quantum of Solace begins right after Casino Royale ended. It was the touchstone for the story and to take Bond to a new place.
We've got expectation against us now, which can be double-edged. So we've got to make this one better. So there's a lot more work to do on this one. Oh, it seems that way, or maybe I've just got selective memory about the last one, because the last one seems sort of a walk in the park compared with this one.
Shooting begins on the 3rd of January 2008, the start of a daunting 6-month schedule for the crew.
One of the main things about watching a Bond movie has always been, where does it take you? Not just where it emotionally takes you, but where it physically takes you. It sets the tone, it sets the feeling, it sets a mood on the set.
I think, part of the excitement of doing a Bond movie is going on location and going to places that, you wouldn't ordinarily go to.
In the months leading up to the shoot, key crews scout out potential shooting sites across the world. They need to find locations that both fulfill the requirements of the script and have the sort of visual impact that Marc Forster is looking for.
The world has become so much smaller. People are so much more familiar with the world. Through the internet, they're so much more connected. People travel more. So to find really original Bond locations is tricky.
Marc felt very strongly that he wanted us to go on real locations because he wanted to set a certain visual style.
That's the way the film is going to unfold. It's going to be on the road a great deal. We're scheduled to be on the road from February until May, really.
This is scenes 81 through 84. What we're trying to do when we reconceive the sequence is put it all the action happening in one location.
Once we find the location that we think might be it opens up a whole new batch of logistics, just in terms of the availability of these locations, and if we're going to have to shoot there during the night or during the day, and what it's going to need to control these locations in terms of shutting down roads.
The hardest part about locations, I think, is just getting there, acclimating to it. It takes 2 or 3 times as long to get things done. It's a totally different animal than the comfort of being here at Pinewood Studios.
Latin America is a place that the Bond films have not visited for a very long time, and this was an opportunity to go there.
We are in Panama now. We are here because Panama is very diverse and can give us different looks we want for the film. Most of it will be shot for Bolivia.
Action!
Filming in cities is always tricky.
I'm glad we did stuff on the streets because it's got so much life and character to them. It's really brilliant locations.
You're going nowhere.
So shoot me. I'd rather stay in a morgue.
We are teachers on sabbatical. This fits our cover.
No, it doesn't. Get in. Panama has been fallen over themselves to sort of to help us out.
Architecturally, Panama proved a good match for both Bolivia and Haiti, but Marc was keen to get every aspect of the location right.
It's crucial for me that all the details fit every location, and it starts from extras to set dressing to clothing to everything. And I think it's really crucial that the extras look like they really belong here and live in that part of the world.
Each tiny part informs the audience. It tells us where we are.
Mi nombre es Félix Peñaranda y hago el papel de taxista en la película.
And everywhere that we've gone, we've searched out people who weren't necessarily actors at all. The extras were meant to be Bolivian. So our extras lady there brought in people who were from the Embarrassed tribe.
They are originally from Darien, which is just in the border of Panama with Colombia. But there are some people, some of them that have emigrated to Panama City. They live in the Chagres River, which is like a national park reserve.
It's 5 a.m. These extras will travel an hour upriver before taking a 2-hour bus ride to the set in Panama City.
The remit is always, I think, with a Bond movie is that for an audience we have to be taken somewhere. It's important that we see this character go to places that make you look at the world in a different way.
As the main unit continue in Panama, a small airport just outside the Mexican town of San Felipe is the base for the aerial unit. Filming is about to commence, shooting a complicated dogfight sequence featuring a low-tech vintage DC-3.
These are propeller-driven planes, not jet planes. It's the type of planes that drug runners would have, and so it fits the location.
Everything you choose, if it's cars or planes or boats, everything has a character.
We needed a place that had the kind of mountains that might match the ones that we'd find in Chile, but because of the equipment we needed, we couldn't take it all down to northern Chile. It would have just been too difficult logistically to get it there.
We went to a place that never rains and the weather's always calm. And I think I proceeded to lose a third of my shoot time because of weather issues.
I'm running out of weather options at this point, as far as wind is concerned.
Michael, just tell me what's happening.
Too windy, we're going home. Leaving our stuff here to come back in the morning.
When they're flying 10 feet off the ground and there's wind chill, change the altitude of the plane by 20 feet, that's an obvious problem.
You're having to counteract these forces that's beating you up, plus keep track and do what you're supposed to be doing down the canyon. But it's the wind currents are just bits pounding you from right to left. Sometimes the only thing between the bottom of the airplane and the ground is just the top of the cactus.
This is a Sia Marchetti turbine-powered airplane. It is built by the Italians, and it's built as a military trainer.
You come down under the DC-3 and then pull up at us and come by.
We're flying very close to each other. We're flying in each other's wake, and then we're very low to the ground, a lot of obstacles, and then on top of that, the air is all mixed up because of all the weather conditions we've been having.
We have aerial cameras. We have 2 cameras on an Aerostar, and we have space cams on helicopters. And then we have some very long lenses up to 1600 millimeter that go on the ground to give us a real base and sense of speed and how close these guys are to the ground. For every one camera position up here in the mountains, it takes 3 helicopter trips in and 3 helicopter trips out.
Because our locations are so far from the airport, we have remote location, our base camps.
Physically getting to the canyon base camps is a daily challenge for the ground crew. Road access is often, at best, basic.
About up here, there's no sand up here.
Okay, you're gonna have to hang here for a second. He's gonna have to come back and get you. Just wait here, let us Baja this out, and then Gabby will come back with a sensible route for you.
About 100 yards ahead of you, there's kind of a split in the road. Yeah, it's just right in this area here.
I'll pick up the different people from those locations. We take out about 4 or 5 passengers at a time with the helicopter and put them in the remote sites. We sling load the nets full of camera equipment and survival equipment in case for some reason we can't get them off the top of the mountains.
With guns on the back and no registration numbers, and a country where you have to have a permit to do anything, we've been treated with great suspicion.
Cologne is an extraordinary place, never been photographed really before, and has made the film visually very, very exciting.
Cologne is the northern end of the Panama Canal, the Caribbean side.
One of the reasons I chose the location is because it has this incredible flavor. It has this architecture and these colors one can't really recreate.
The When I saw it, I said, this is a magical place. To me, it's like going to be shooting in the Colosseum. You know, you're in a place that has so much history.
Setting up a shoot of this size in a city unused to filmmaking requires a huge amount of preparation.
The logistics of just filming in this city, there's major stuff that we've done here. You know, we've had to clean streets, we've had to sanitize buildings. You know, we've had to move 500 people. We've had to move out of where they live into alternative accommodation in order that we can shoot there.
James, move your ass.
Get down! Get down!
We're all happy to do that because we were doing a lot of renovation works. Within the building there were 12 communal bathrooms for 150 families. So we've spent a lot of money trying to replumb the city. It's been an interesting experience, to be honest.
Cologne proximity to the sea meant that a second unit could work simultaneously to film the boat chase, giving Bond girl Olga Kurylenko her first taste of action.
What the hell are you doing? You're welcome! You idiot, take me back! You know, maybe I'll do that later!
They're doing stunts on a moving boat and it's not against the green screen. So that's you're always a little nervous that the performances are there, but at the same time you're getting what you want action-wise.
Olga's doing fantastically well. I think she's realising she's in a Bond movie now because we started doing the boat stunts and it can be a sore experience.
Get down!
It always starts with me saying, oh, there's no way I can do it. And Daniel he really helped me overcome my fear. He was there, and after each take, he would ask me, are you okay, are you okay? He's very, very caring.
I think people were slightly nervous, if not dubious, about coming and filming in Cologne. I think everybody's experience here has been really good.
We're very privileged to have these experiences and to work with local people and get to know them and get to understand the culture.
People seem to be so excited about us being here. It's been a joy to do it, and I think it's reflected in what we've been shooting.
And the crew had a whip around for helping some of the school children with their school clothes and books and things like that. I think they were all moved to do something for the people that live there.
The important thing is we've got to leave this place a bit better than where we found it, and that's what we plan to do.